Just opening up this brand new fuel router. This was actually a really good deal if you already have the batteries. I think it was only $100 or something. The corded ones are like, you know, 50, 60 bucks minimum, even for the little Ryobi ones. So kind of cool. Comes with all those cool little attachments, little dust catcher. Keep it tidy in here. Malvino will love that. Cordless one seems super cool. I've only ever had a corded one, and the cord's always kind of getting in the way. You don't need that interruption with them, so this will be cool. We're gonna cut down the little dividers in the bed today. You can see these right here kind of go up to the top of the cushion, and they end up digging into your back all night. So I'm gonna chop those down a couple inches.
Mattress chopper it actually ripped in those little spaces there where that kind of lifts up. So here's a shot of it with no cushions. Big step. Hopefully we can make this a lot more comfy and cozy. Right, I want to be able to sleep better.
The toughest part is going to be to round this corner right here and keep it looking good, right? Because it's got this trim piece on it, so we're going to have to cut that down, or maybe just kind of cut it and round it off a little spot right there, and then we'll cut along here. We want to keep a little bit of this to keep the cushions in place when we're underway.
Connor just measured out the line we want to kind of cut across and lower it to. Good job.
We'll get to cutting.
You smoking in here?
I'm just gonna get it started with the multi-tool there, and then I'm gonna sawzall the rest because the sawzall won't kind of smoke so much, but I can't really plunge cut with the sawzall. So get the cut started and we'll go from there. I'm gonna use a metal blade because it kind of ends up helping you keep the cut straight a little bit. It's a little bit wider, straighter of a blade. This is the carbide tipped metal blade from Diablo.
Oh!
And there she is.
Goodbye.
Off all right. Made a little boo-boo right there, but I think we can smooth that out with the router, hopefully. And we'll try and round it up, and still gotta cut that turn there. Goodbye, backaches. So here I got a 2-inch hole saw. It looks like it's gonna line up just about right with the bottom of this, and it'll give us a nice little transition here. I can cut off the excess with the sawzall.
Ah, a hole.
A hole. Now watch this. Clean that up a little bit, but
Boom
got a nice little journey there.
Good job.
So I started using the router there on this, and it was still all kind of messed up. The sawzall doesn't cut very perfectly at all, you know, so I had a little boo-boo there and all that, and the router was just getting hung up. And then I remembered that I bought this planer. So this thing worked great. It was like 50 bucks and well worth it just for those kind of little precision things, and it's almost perfectly flat right now. Just gonna have to kind of sand all this stuff up with the multi-tool or the orbital sander, because I can't get to that with the planer, and then we'll route it out and she'll look good. All these tools coming in handy now.
All right, and cleanup crew just went through the whole project zone and cleaned up real nice. Connor went to Home Depot, just got this other piece that will go across here that will hold the end up a little bit better so it's not so creaky.
And I was able to use all of the wood tools that I bought. I'm so happy.
Very proud of him. Tools are important. Phase 2, we sanded it down by hand to make it nice and smooth, and now we paint.
We're using the Gold Star Satin number 60 from Interlux. Just got it at West Marine. Not really sure if it's the right one, but it's not a super crucial part, so that's what it's getting.
Yeah, this is the part that we won't really see because our mattress is over it and all the blankies, but when we do projects, we might as well make them and finish them nice. It's our home forever, so we're doing it right.
And then we'll be able to test it on here, and we have a couple other pieces out in the cabin that need to be kind of spruced up also, so hopefully it's the right one and we'll get to use it on there too.
All right, we finished a little coat of paint over there, and while we're doing that, letting it dry, Connor is installed one extra little support beam.
Yeah, a little reinforcement. This is just plywood, so every time you kind of stepped on this portion of it, it would flex a little bit and then squeak and wake the other person up at night. So, yeah, this little aluminum angle iron should be enough support to keep it from flexing, and countersinking all the holes so they sit all nice and flush now. And
Connor, really cool tools, huh? What does this one do?
This is its countersink, so it just goes into that hole. That's just a drill hole, and then it turns it into this kind of hole where it's all kind of beveled on the inside. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but just makes these screws sit in there flush.
Things happening. We're also putting a coat over that one because that was just raw wood. Even though the color is not quite like that one, I'm hoping with just a few more layers of paint it might help. And while we're waiting for that to dry, we also have this space here that's fully exposed. So Connor got, voila, these bees that we're trying to put right there.
It's a little bit bent, so it's tricky, but this wood seems to be bending.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but right here it kind of has this little bit of a bow to it. So we're trying to cut this to, takes two people, so he's gonna need some help. All right, Connor got it in. It split just a little bit.
A lot of bend for those little screws. Guess we could have wet it and warped it a little bit, but
And this was like the previous owner stapling it, but you know, we're gonna work with it. He's taping it off so I can finish it off with a nice paint. Good job, babe.
good job. So the project is pretty much all done. It's looking pretty good. We're proud of the results here. The problem is that it is getting a tiny bit late. It's dinner time. It's about 6 o'clock, and it's still kind of wet, kind of tacky. So we got the space heater and then alternating with the hair dryer just to kind of dry it up so we can put the cushions back in there without them getting stained also.
All right, post projects, and paint has dried and we're slowly putting her back together.
You did an excellent job painting. Look at this.
Thanks.
It reminds me of a skateboard deck because it is just sanded plywood. Reminds me of my youth.
Yeah, and he did a little test. He jumped around on that and it wasn't squeaking, and we're gonna put the covers back on and make our little bed and our nice little humble oasis.